Yo, you're not gonna believe this. I'm actually able to get on my phone and not look at Marketplace. Yeah. So I was doing that the other day, and I came across one of those little whimsical sayings, that kind of just clicked, right? And it said, the most dangerous phrase in a car enthusiast vocabulary is, well, I'm in there. And I started thinking to myself, that, truer words may have never been spoken. And I probably want to talk about this. So, that's what we're going to talk about on this week's Tuesday Morning Tech Tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. I know I'm not the only one. It's like, you sign up for one of those groups on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media, right? And you sign up for one, next thing you know, you're in 14. And they're all kind of around the same thing. You don't know which ones are which. And I'm not mad about it because you find different stuff, right? So, ironically, I don't think I signed up for either one of these two I'm about to mention, but I don't remember if it was District Speed or Speed Society, but they both kind of put up little quotes, right? Like a daily quote almost seems like, and guys, they're hilarious, right? They're always talking about, bad decisions we make as car guys and, how to hurt our wallet or whatever. So I don't know which one made the one I just kind of quoted, but there's a couple of them like that. And every time I see those kind of things, it's funny. I save a lot of them, and I was like, I'll send them to Megan or some, my buddies or whatever. And I'm like, this guy gets it. Like, I don't know who runs the thing, but my hat's off because it makes total sense, right? And that one right there is like, while I'm working on this, let me get into, well, guys, I don't know how many projects have been completely sidelined because of this. Because then you kind of get too deep and you're like, I just want something quick. Let me grab something else. I'll throw that on the road while I work on this one. Because this is the one I always wanted. Ask me how I know. It's one of those things, guys. Some people are really, really good at focusing on one project and not going down into that rabbit hole. And Kevin has been killing it working on Roy, right? His square body Chevy. And he has in the past gone down that rabbit hole where, well, I'm here, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. It happened kind of with his FXR and some of his race cars back in the day and stuff. So he's really concentrating on just doing what he wants to do on Roy, and so far he's been killing it. And I don't see him falling off on that at all. He has been kind of looking at a couple of different things too, but he's got Roy on the road, so why not? Old Wade is pretty good at it too. He's got the F100, and he's kind of concentrating on that. I actually hit him up not too long ago because Jay had a tractor he's wanting to get rid of, and I told Old Wade about it, and he said, nope, I'm at capacity. I got to work on this truck. I don't want another project. Obviously, there's a lot of people that aren't like that. My buddy Nick, you guys have met Nick, and he kind of moves around a lot. I want this. No, I want this. I want this. He's good at, when he does find something he wants, he gets it, and he gets rid of something that he's maybe not that interested in anymore. I am not either one of those guys, all right? As you can tell around here, and I'm trying to get better, guys, I really am. But it started, I'm going to take you back a few years, all right? Picture it.
Picture it.
1999. I bought my first house and had a two-car garage. I had a 5-liter Mustang, and unfortunately, we also had a Dodge Neon. But I said, I'm going to get a project. As if a Dodge Neon wasn't enough of a project because the thing was always broken. But I digress. Kind of. I ended up picking up this 88 Dodge Ram 50. My buddy Greg gave it to me for nothing because I helped him with a bunch of stuff, which was good because I was broke as a joke. And I got some wheels and tires for doing something else, I think. I helped somebody with, I got some wheels because I helped his brother with something. I got some tires dirt cheap. Guys, it was a budget build like you read about. And it went nuts. Now, I didn't have a bunch of money to go out and buy more projects, so that was probably a good thing. I really didn't have the room either, but I was going to put a head gasket in that thing and get it going. And then I was like, well, actually, we kind of destroyed the motor towing it home. That's another story, but I'm going to say it wasn't my fault, you know. But I'll put a motor in. Well, then I got these wheels, and I was like, well, let me put these wheels. Well, they're offset. Oh, they're this. Oh, well, I'm going to throw a lift on it right quick. Well, let me paint this. Let me do that. Next thing you know, I completely restored this truck, and I'm happy I did because it was awesome. But I stayed on that project, right? So that was good because the next story I'm about to tell you, I didn't do that. Then I bought my 53. You guys all know about it. It's sitting outside right there, and I apologize to her every time I walk past. That car was sitting in a warehouse from 1986. I bought it in 2002 and got it home and immediately started working on it. And then I re-enlisted, and I got a little bit of a bonus. And I stumbled into this Cadillac that my buddy Justin showed me. And I showed it to Megan, and she fell in love with it. So I got a smoking deal, guys. I bought this 53 Cadillac with 33,000 miles on it. Rust-free desert car. Drove it home and immediately started working on that because the Pontiac was exactly what I wanted. Obviously, guys. It's like right there. So I knew that was going to be, I wanted that to, all this work I wanted to do. I just wanted to drive the Caddy. So let me get something I could drive, and then, yep. And that actually held true. And then I just kept buying more and more vehicles. And some of them, I mean, I can't complain, I guess, too much because I didn't ever lose money on them. At least that I'm willing to admit. But I usually come out on top and I'd buy something else with that, you know. And it worked out well for a while. But if you guys noticed, the Pontiac would get a bunch of work done on it and then sit. And then a bunch of work done on it and sit because I'd work on something else. And it happens, I've been getting better. I have, because I was okay with the Suburban. I kind of curtailed, if you will, jumping into stuff that I didn't need to jump into. I also didn't fall in love with that. You know, I like the square body. I'm not so much of an SUV guy. I'm having a hard time here not really tearing the stuff. I've gotten into some of it. Some things I've gone a little further, but nothing crazy, right? And all this comes to mind because I had to do it again. So, as I mentioned in the last video, we're driving home, and dude was like, "Hey, like this motor here and this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, this. Let me find out. You know, maybe if the motor's no good in the Cutlass." See, guys, I was getting there. All right.
Now we're back.
But if the motor's no good in the Cutlass, I can grab this one right here. You know, I think he had $350, $300, whatever it was. And actually, they want $200 for the motor, $150 for the trans. So I was like, all right, you know, maybe we'll do that. Because if you guys remember, I think I showed it on video. When I checked the trans fluid in the Cutlass, it was a little dirty. Now, it's been sitting, right? And like we said, nothing ever broke, so it did run and drive fine. But it's been sitting, so, right, what do we do? So, yeah, my mind goes all over. I talked about it in the video. Well, when I got home, that was Sunday. We went and did that. The dude hit me up Tuesday or something like that. Trying to think how it all. Either way, a couple days later, the guy hit me up, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna hold on to this thing. He whatever he's got going on. He did mention, you know, the car's coming in. Whatever, not my business. But he's saying, hey, I'm not gonna hold on to this thing. You want the car?" So it was cool that the guy was like, thought of me, hit me up, and I totally appreciate that. And I said, well, I don't know. And he's like, dude, I'm going to call the scrapyard to come get it. Everything's still the way you left it with the exception you sold some interior stuff that we don't need. $300, man. Take the whole car. Oh, well, what can motor, trans. The right door was legit. The trunk lid was still there. And a bunch of glass. Maybe the rear end. Well, what do I need? Right? Now, you don't know what you don't know, right? So what else am I going to find on the car? I don't know. So I'm like, well, let me get this. I think I'm going to do it. And I told Megan, and she's like, okay, well, you want to get the trailer? We'll take a ride. Like I said, guys, she's always super supportive, which is awesome. But sometimes it reel me in a little bit. And we got there, right? But she's like, well, does it need a right door? No, it doesn't. Does it need a trunk lid? Maybe. But I really want to save the one that's there. I don't want to swap out parts just to swap out parts. So I think that one, because they've all got the same amount of rust on them that I've found. All these cars I've looked at in my couple of weeks of being a G-body expert, right? But this one was actually really solid. From what I saw, I didn't dive into it, but the rest of the car, with the exception of the floors, was pretty legit, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. Then said the motor and trans, and I was like, well, hey, man, and I don't know what's up with this one. Instead of making this video, I should probably be up there finding out. But I'm like, man, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Well, I decided, rather than getting another parts car out here, which I don't have any parts cars out there, but I have in the past. Like we had that green Chevy that sat there forever. The van sat there for a week or two. So do I take a day to shoot all the way out there, get the car, come back, only to find out I don't need it? Well, then I start looking a little bit more into stuff. That car was an 81, I believe. That's what he said. I don't think he has a title for it, so that's another thing, right? There's one place here that'll take a car without a title and you're not getting paid a lot of money to get rid of it. So I'm like, okay, because first I'm thinking I can sell the door I don't need, the trunk, pull the motor trans I do need, scrap the car. I might already have $300 made back. And I got a motor and trans. Megan noticed something. She asked about this pull chain looking thing on the cruise control. She's like, that's weird. I've never seen that before. And what does that do? Just asking questions, which, like, oh yeah, that's what that is. And I was like, that's normal? Well, I went and looked at this car, and it doesn't have it. And then I looked into this a little bit further, and everything seems to be 81 to 84 Cutlass. That's an 85. Carburetor. Because I even thought about that. Let's say the motor's good. That carburetor was good. A new carb's like $400. So I get this for $3. It should be good. Well, then we don't know, too, right? Because that car has actually been sitting longer than Chippy's. It's been sitting since '98. Now, it might have been indoors for a while, and that probably helped some of the things we're seeing. But, man, so you start going down these rabbit holes, right? And then what happens? I end up with all these parts all over the place. I lose a whole day driving there back. I get stuck with this thing. Or worse, the motor in the Cutlass is bad. I pull it, go to put the other one in, and then none of the motor, yeah, that'll be fine. But then all the other stuff, does that fit? Probably not. Is the trans the same? I'm not sure, because I don't have all that much now. I'm sure, like, Bill's probably watching us right now with G3 Garage, and he's like, dude, it's this, because he's a G-body guy. He gets it. I have had a couple, but I don't know enough about all that kind of stuff, So, what do I do? Well, what I did was I told him I'm probably not going to take the car. As I said, I don't think I'm going to need it. let me see what's up. So I'm going to stop this video, shoot up there like I promised before, and see what's up with this thing. And if it's legit, I'm going to tell them I'm not going to take it. And put that money to something else. It's the right thing to do, I think. I hope. Guess we'll find out. Thanks for watching, guys.